Hey guys, this is Gear Guy 226 with another flashlight review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the MT1C by Nitecore. This is a great little EDC light that has a lot of power, so stick with me and we'll get to it. Alright, again this is the MT1C by Nitecore. There you go. And we'll talk a little bit about specs before we get into the actual operation of the light itself. The light is made out of aircraft grade aluminum with a type 3 hard anodizing, so it is very scratch resistant. It is 3.46 inches in length, as you can see, so it's very nice and compact. At the head, the diameter is 0.89 inches. It features a Cree XP G2 R5 LED and a nice smooth reflector, as you can see there. So it is the beam on it is pretty nice. You've got a nice flood or wash, and then a nice small little hot spot in the center that is blended really well. And the beam distance at its max is 166 meters. It is waterproofed to IPX8 standards, so of course that's going to give you submersion protection down to 2 meters or 6 feet. It weighs 1.48 ounces without the battery, so of course that weight is going to change a little bit once you do add your batteries. Alright, now I just want to get kind of a quick shot of the light itself. It is anti-roll because of this little section here, so when you set it down, you know, it's not really gonna roll away. It's got some nice knurling there to give you a nice grip. The pocket clip is also removable and reversible, so you can carry it either with the bezel up or the bezel down, of course. As you can see here on the bezel, it is slightly crenulated. I wouldn't call it a strike bezel or anything, but if you had to, you know, you could put this in the palm of your hand and use it for pressure point manipulation if you wanted or needed to. The tail cap looking here is a U-shaped design, so the benefit of that is it will tail stand. If I can get it to do it here. Yeah, it will tail stand, and you've got little holes if you want to run a lanyard on it. I usually do. I took it off for this video, so if you do use a paracord lanyard though, be wary that the knot may prohibit it from tail standing. Just kind of depends on how you set it up. The switch here is a rubberized switch, and it's really nice. It is momentary. It does feature momentary on as well. Your accessories are probably going to depend on the retailer that you get it from. Mine actually did include an extra button cover, a couple of O-rings, and a lanyard. So again, that may depend on who you actually order yours from. Now we'll talk about the modes. It's got quite a few different modes to be such a small flashlight. I was very surprised at what it has. It features a turbo, which is 345 lumens. That's also its maximum output, which is great for a light that's so small. You've got a high, medium, low, and then two special modes, which are an SOS and a strobe. The turbo of 345 lumens, you're going to get an hour and 15 minutes of runtime. The high, 138 lumens, you'll get 3 hours and 15 minutes. Medium, you'll get 66 lumens at 8 hours of runtime. And the low is 22 lumens, and that gives you a 23-hour runtime. So that's a quick look at the modes and their runtimes. Now we will actually talk about the operation of it and basically how to use it. Alright, using the light is pretty simple. You've got, again, quite a few different modes. The first thing that I want to look at is the turbo mode, and to access it, basically you've got to twist the bezel and tighten it all the way down, and when you press the button, that's going to be your turbo mode, and it is the only mode when you've got the tail cap or the bezel locked all the way shut, so there's no cycling through any modes when you do that. To access the rest of the modes, you're going to loosen it just a little bit, maybe an eighth or a quarter of a turn, and that will allow you to cycle through the rest of your modes. So again, like I said, it is a momentary light, so I think I've got it set on strobe right now, so it's going to strobe. And of course you can click it to leave it on that mode. One thing worth noting, it does have a memory, but you've got to wait. Once you turn it off, you've got to wait 2 seconds before you turn it on again, otherwise it's going to cycle through the mode. So just be wary of that. So strobe, then your high 138 lumens, medium 66, low is 22, and then that's going to be your SOS, and back to the strobe. So we'll cycle down to the low, and of course, like I said, you can click it and it's going to stay in that mode. Turn it off, just click it again. As you can see, it went to strobe because I didn't wait 2 seconds. So let's get back. There we go. Click it, turn it off, wait 2 seconds, turn it on again, and you're back at the last mode that you were at. So operation is relatively simple. I've got no complaints, had no issues with using it. I've actually got 2 Nitecore lights and they both operate the exact same way, so it is, at least as far as I can tell, consistent across their platforms. So that pretty much sums it up. This is a fabulous light. I absolutely love the thing. I've been carrying it for 3 or 4 months off and on just about every day. You know, it's a fantastic light for the price that you're going to spend. And I'll do a couple of beam shots inside so you can kind of take a look at what each mode offers in terms of its brightness indoors. And I'll also attach a few pictures, still images of the light itself at the end of this video. So please go ahead and like the video and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the box below. And thanks again. I'll see you next time. Alright guys, we are inside of my apartment, about 10 yards away from the front door. Of course you can't see that now, but what we're going to go ahead and do is a couple of beam tests to show you the power of each mode. So right now we're going to go right into the strobe mode. There you go, you can see it is definitely debilitating. Next we'll go into the high mode. There's your medium. You can see it definitely has a pretty good little dedicated hotspot there. There's your low. This low setting is great. Lasts forever. As you can see, it's definitely bright enough to light up the room. The camera is not really going to pick up on it, but if you shine it at the ceiling like I am right now, you can definitely see everything that's going on in the room. So I really like this low setting. And then that is your SOS. So we will twist the bezel if we can to access that turbo mode, which there it is. Super bright. Love this flashlight. Have absolutely no complaints about it.